I'm going to show you how to add FCM version 1 APIs into the Flutter app. So in this project, right now I'm going to add like FCM 1 new method, which is like just came out into their Firebase, and the old version is deprecated and we cannot use that right now. So to do that, I will just drop it out. Just implement this here. So how we can do the FCM 1 version 1 access token starts with like a simple flow. So basically what will be required is first this package, which is Google APIs auth.io dot. Okay, so you can get that from the website, and basically you can find it over here. And you can see here is the Google APIs auth. So this is the package required for this first one, and then you also required an HTTP package. I mostly suggest you have that. Once you have both of them, right, you can see I have both of them. First, what is the new changes in the model? So if I tell you, if I go to my website, just a story, yeah, I go to my website basically, which is like Firebase FCM. So here's the V1. As you can see, migrate from legacy to V1. So this is what we are doing. So this is the request that was before, and this is the request which is now. This is the new request prior type. You can see the changes as the project, and it requires a project ID over here. You can find this project ID into your console. So if I go to console and wait a few seconds, select your project, and this is your project ID basically. So if I open this project and I go to the project settings, I can copy this project, and this is my project ID, right? So firstly you require that, and then you have to /message.send :send. Okay, so now how authorization works. So before it was like a key equals to, you can set the authorization. Now it requires a barrier authorization token, and for that you required and complete and how you can get the authorization token is the main part. Okay, so for the Node.js, this is the access token function, this is the Python function, and this is the Java function, and this is the how we can use in the header. Okay, so what we are required to do in Flutter. So how we are going to do that in Flutter? Just go. Oh, so sorry for that. Yeah, so this is the one. So I will show you how you can do that very easily into the Flutter. So this is our new API structure. So this is a function to send notification alert, and in this function you can see we have we have a body, we have a title, we have a styles. So all the type is not referable or good for you right now to think about. Only focus on the two, body and the title bar. Okay, so first you can see we are calling an access token function, which I have created over here. I will show you after this. Then you have an FCM endpoint. This is the endpoint just like we showed. Project ID variable showed over here. After that, this is the body. So body have changed a lot from the previous version. So from earlier it used to be direct topic, notification, title and stuff. Now you have to have the message key at the first, and you have everything inside the message key. You can see that. And then now if you want to add the title and body, you cannot add directly. You have to add notification, and in that key you have other keys, which is title and body. Okay, then you have the data. So for again data, you just have to key data, and in that you can have a key to value pairs, right? And about the so now I will show you how we add the custom sounds and how to add the channels in the notification. I will show you after this. So this is also an important topic, and it's very easy now. We can do it very easily. Okay, so now this is the format. You can find this format everywhere. So if I show you, okay, you can ask the GPT for that. Okay, this is the format. So you can see the difference. Basically two notification data. Now it refers to message, notification and data inside of it. Okay, so once you get that, this is the Android, this is the Apple. So you can see we don't have any major changes, but now it has changes, and this is how we can do in Apple. This is how we can do in Android. Okay, just one single one, right? And you can see customizing with platform overrides. You can do that as well. So these are the main things. Now you will think about how we are getting the access token and the stuff. Then I will go you how this API is calling around. So basically this is the HTTP call, HTTP post call, and that we are calling the URL, which is this URL, and this is the header. And in the header one goes content type, which is by default, and after that we have authorization, which is barrier, and then the server key. How we get the server key? From this. So I will explain you that too. Then you have the body and JSON encode, and once the API hit, and if it gives you 200, that means your notification is sent. Okay. So now we are moving forward to the guest access token. So you will see the big one, service as JSON scope. I will just close everyone. Yeah. First required a service account JSON. So this is JSON you will get from the service account. So you can find your service account JSON. Okay, depending on the part. So if you're, this is the service account JSON file, you can get it from. Okay, so this is the service account. So you have to first download the service account JSON file, and once you have the account key, okay, so just go to the settings. So I'm going to my settings, privacy. Just a second. What is this? Settings, service account, generate new private key, service accounts. Wait for a few seconds to load up, and after that you can see it is the key, and you can create a new service key over here. Services keep it confidential. Now so it is, once you generate the service key, you will get a generate the service key. So you can see our service keys. This is the JSON I'm talking about. Copy that JSON, open the JSON up. So this is the JSON. You just have to copy everything into this and go back to your code and paste it over here. That's simple. It's that simple. Once you do that, you will be okay with this command, and now you can just move forward with this guy, which is scope. So scope are 3 user info Firebase dataments. You don't require every one of them, right? As you can see, I'm not using scope inside over here. So firstly what we will do is create the service accounts and service account credentials from JSON. This is the function. You can just copy it from over here and also from the documentation if you want. Using the auth library, we are calling this both the functions, and finally we are calling the client.close, which is return credential access token dot data. Okay, once you return that, basically it returns to this guy, and service guy is going to the barrier token, and this is the service key over here. Now about the custom sound and the channel. So for that you have to move above, and you can see I have set the notification and the Android as the sound of alert, and the click action of the Flutter notification, and channel ID security alert. So what we do on the time of showing the notification, we have set it that for the channel ID, which is security underscore alert, we will use this particular sound. And for this not a different channel ID, we are using a different sound. So you can see, okay, this is the photo navigation, security alert, and guard us. This is also another channel ID, and this is also this. Everything is good, right? So that's the thing. Thank you and have a nice day. So I think this is pretty solid. You can just call this function out, this switch function, this function, and it will call the API to this FCM token. You have to enter the FCM token over here, and once you do that, it will automatically call the API. Thanks you a lot.